We have Coach Nick Neves and athlete Ephraim Cretsinger. What's up, guys? How are you?
What's up?
Doing well.
So you brought some, Ephraim, you brought some hardware. What do you got there?
First on top is second place Angler of the Year that qualified us for nationals next year. And then a first place on Randall Chain. And then
There you go.
first place on Hardy Dam.
Nick, we've got some great fishing here in Michigan over the season. Talk a little bit about where you guys fish and what the season's like for you guys.
The season started, again, being our inaugural year. We didn't have a chance to get a lot of practice in. We kind of decided to form the team going into this season. We started at Lake Charlevoix up north.
Okay.
And that was in June. And that was one of our annual kickoff event. And we had a middle of the pack finish there.
Okay.
And we went from there. We also had the Detroit River.
Okay.
That's an event that we did win and had a good time. The boys caught a lot of fish there. Ephraim caught the largest bass of that whole event. And that one was a really, really good finish for us.
How big was that bass?
6'5",
Oh, boy.
smallmouth.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Do you have any trouble getting it in the boat?
No, it actually came up pretty easily.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, did you grow up fishing?
No.
Okay.
This is our first year as a team, and I started really getting into it like spring of 9th grade. when
Okay.
COVID really hit.
Yeah, it's interesting that kind of we've watched as these college teams have formed over the last decade or so. Now high school teams, and it's amazing. We have a pro athlete, Robbie Lafear, who
Yes.
fishes nationally here. Did you ever see yourself bass fishing in high school?
I always once I really got into it, I saw a lot of other schools doing it, and I really wanted to get into it. So Nick actually reached out to me, and we got together and started getting a team together and talked to the athletic director. So.
And Ephraim's a multi-sport athlete.
Mm-hmm.
While you're fishing, you're also playing football.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think the season's off to a good start.
Yeah.
Very close game Friday.
Yeah.
And a big game this week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Big game.
Now, is bass fishing, does that continue during football season?
Our tournament trail just ended 2 weeks ago, I think. So it doesn't really get in the way of football, which is good. So.
Yeah. Nick, first year, what's it like putting together a team to compete? I mean, it can't be easy.
It wasn't easy. There was definitely a little bit of growing pains starting it off, doing some meetings, some announcements at the school to try to garner some interest for the program. Initially, we had a good handful of kids who showed initial interest, came to a couple meetings. Unfortunately, it kind of fizzled a little bit from there. Luckily, we've had some really good success this year, and then word of mouth throughout the school. And I'm getting a lot of messages from people on Facebook, a lot of messengers, a lot of emails. So the program's got a ton of interest. I think we're going to go easily from maybe one team this year with 2 anglers and evolve into next year as at least 5, maybe 6, 7 teams, and kind of get with like the Western high schools of the world who actually they had 6 to 8 teams competing this year per event, where we just had the one.
Well, we should. The Jackson area is just a wonderful, wonderful fishing area. So what do you do? How do you get boats? How do you get sponsors?
You just basically, we have the team coach, it's myself, and then other teams, they also have captains. So, and they come from volunteers, from parents. They have to own a boat or have a boat, borrow a boat that at least has a live well that's adequate to sustain the fish, because they do have to be weighed in alive or you get penalized. So as long as the boat is Coast Guard approved, safety-wise, with a bilge pump, operating live well, you're able to take a team out.
Nice.
And the captain, that's probably the toughest part of the job.
Yeah.
And especially for myself, to go from tournament fishing to watching.
Yeah.
I can only drive the main combustion engine of the boat, drive the kids around to where they're going to fish, and then basically watch them fish for 8 hours.
That's it's like caddying for a golfer.
100%.
So when you're let's take Lake Charlevoix, for example, huge lake. Did you have any hard time staying awake on that lake?
I did not, and the biggest reason being it was a sight fishing tournament. The fish were spawning up there that time of year, so you're looking at them. Even when they weren't biting, you were entertained. You saw the fish swimming around, the ones that they were throwing at, trying to catch. So it was entertaining for me. It was entertaining for them, and then he probably caught the first fish within 5 minutes of that
Okay.
event. So it took
Nice.
all the edge off, and they were able to fish relaxed and enjoy that day. It made it really easy, but we simplified it and fished in a marina, and it made it easy. We eliminated 90% of all the huge water on that lake.
That's cool.
And it worked out for us.
So being on the Detroit River, you had a lot of success, the biggest bass, first place. What's the difference between fishing on the Detroit River and, say, Lake Charlevoix?
Definitely current. There's a lot of current, and the way you're fishing it is narrower, so you have to pick spots that are like smaller together but precise locations on the river. So.
Did you find any other animals in the Detroit River that you wouldn't have found in Lake Charlevoix?
Probably white bass and I would say walleye, but there's probably walleye in Charlevoix. So
Yeah.
No muskrats.
No, I don't think so.
River rats. What are those?
I
They
don't
just
know.
found something in the Detroit River that had been extinct. Or
Oh
thought
yeah,
it was-
they did.
Yeah.
They did find something, but I don't think you guys caught it.
Luckily.
What position do you play in football?
left tackle.
All right, what's better, making a pancake block or catching a 6.5 pounder?
6.5 pounds.
There.
Great answer. Great answer.
We also have some other members of the team that you brought along in the green room. Guys, hey, can you come on out? So a lot of people don't even realize Jackson High has a bass fishing team.
Yeah.
So who else is with us here today, Nick?
We have Coach Steve Cretsinger, who happens to be Ephraim's father, and then Shay Hanley. And Shay was our younger angler, and Shay more than held his own this year and caught a couple key fish.
Nice.
And he also had a big bass of an event this year.
Awesome.
Well, he was edged out by a few ounces.
Okay.
And but for our division, he had the big bass.
Very cool. Shay, I remember you roughing one of my daughter's games over the year. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
that was a good time. Sorry I yelled at you. I didn't.
You're also on the football
mean-
team too, right?
Yeah.
What's your position?
I play end for defense.
You better find out before Friday.
Yeah, you guys got a big game. So, so if people want to help support, or we have people watching, they'd like to get involved. What's the best way to do that?
I would say to contact the Jackson High Athletics Department. They can contact us on our Facebook page via Messenger or email myself at the school. Call the school, leave a message, and I'm prompt on getting back because we really want to grow this program and really want to see it get to the likes of some of the other area high schools that's been around for 5-6 years with their programs.
Where's the best place to fish around here, Nick?
Locally, that is not private.
Yes.
I'm real fond of Michigan Center chain of lakes myself.
Okay.
I know some of these guys really like Devil's Lake and Wamplers.
Okay.
Between those three, can't go wrong. You
Okay.
catch smallmouth, largemouth, and a ton of fish, and fish numerous styles. So
Congratulations.
Thank you.
thank you very much.
We'll see a lot more of these guys.
Oh yeah.
That you will, and we appreciate
Next
you having
summer.
us.
Yeah, and we'll see these two live Friday night as Jackson High takes on Chelsea in a very, very, very big game here on JTV. Thanks again, guys.
Yep, thank
The
you.
Jackson High Bass Fishing Team, head coach Nick Neves, along with assistant coach Cretsinger, Ephraim Cretsinger, and Shay Hanley. More of the morning show right after this.